Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these really cute little farmhouse signs. All you're going to need is a 1x8x8 piece of wood from Home Depot and also a 1x2x8 strip. These are only $1.22. I think the total of this is under $10 for all of the materials you are going to need for the actual sign. Now, if you do not have a saw handy, I would ask Home Depot to cut each of these wood pieces into the size you need. For today's video, we are going to be cutting these into 8x8 squares. And then we are using the essential stencils. And I picked out the spring one just because I know that's gonna be here before we know it. So I'm gonna pick out 3 of my favorites just to demonstrate how easy these are to make. What I love about essential stencils is you can reuse them. So I do make a lot of farmhouse signs using vinyl, but that's just a one-time use and it takes a lot longer than just using these stencils. So what I didn't explain is I just used some craft paint. Pick any color you want. I picked these up at Walmart for 50 cents. I will have the names of each color listed below. And all I did was 2 coats of the paint on each of the boards. Now when it comes to putting the stencil on, all you need to do is make sure it's centered and then using some kind of tape, secure it down, and then I'm using the white craft paint to dab on the stencil. As you can see here, after I dip it, you really want to pat it off and just have a little tiny bit of that white paint or whatever color you're going to do the stencil with. Too much of it will spread and will leak, and honestly, I did have a little bit too much on this sign. I do end up sanding it down, but I would definitely suggest doing it with as little amount of paint as possible. Now, I did have my husband cut up these pieces for me, but like I said, if you do not have access to a saw, you can have Home Depot do this for you. And then I'm just sanding down all of the edges just to avoid any of the rough edges. For this particular sign, I did not stain this, and that just made it go that much quicker. Typically, I do stain it. You can obviously do that if you want, but I really did like the raw wood look for these spring colors. If you do not have a nail gun, I will show you an alternative of what you could do that's super simple, you guys. But as you can see here, my husband is just nailing these boards into place. However, there is an easier way. So if you do not have access to that, or if you just want to handle it all by yourself, then you'll definitely be able to do the next thing I show you. All you will need is some E6000. This is basically like hot glue on steroids. Now, it looks just like hot glue and it's like that same texture without it being boiling hot, which is pretty nice. However, it takes forever to dry. So typically what I would do is I would just glue on one side, maybe like the top and the bottom piece, since that's like the way gravity's pulling it down. I would just do the top and bottom piece first, and then once those are dry, flip it on its side and glue the 2 sides on. I am just showing you this quickly just to get this video done, but I would definitely take your time, let these sit for a couple hours, and then glue the other sides. That's the only downfall to E6000, but you guys, this stuff holds up like crazy. If you've never used it, you are gonna fall in love. And the last thing I'm going to do here is just give it a nice little sand job just to give them more of that aged look. I'm too shy to straighten up my bones and be a man. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Time's running out, so take the chance. Make a move, 'cause the store won't stay open till the end. Won't you tear
'cause I know